blank. Okay, not even a single row within this column can be blank. Okay, that is why we call it as a unique. Now this employee ID column, since it is unique and it is not blank under any condition, we are going to name it as a primary key. Okay, so we are going to name it as what? Primary key. And why do we assign it? For the unique identification of a person. Okay, like in the organization, for unique identification of a person, we go for the ID. Similarly, in the database management system, whether it is a person, whether it is a sales order, whether it is a bill, for everything we are going to assign a ID. Okay, and we call this column as primary key. Now, can this column be blank? It cannot be blank. Okay, so here we have the employee ID. Now let's observe this department table. Can you see here? We have a department table. Okay, can you identify what could be the problem in this? Anything which you do not like over here? The department names are being repeated here, which is going to take the place and which also makes your table look messy, right? Count how many characters are there here in this technical. How many characters are there? 9. 9 characters are there. How many times we are using it? 5 times. What is the total number of spaces? We are taking 45 spaces in order to save this data, right? Okay, let's see how we can reduce it, because here just there are 9 employees. You might be thinking, okay, why I'm so much exaggerating about just 45 characters. But when it comes to the real time, there will be thousands of employees. If you take the Walmart kind of, the shopping center, then you will be having millions of customers. You got to store that information. Can you imagine the amount of space it is going to take? Gigabytes and terabytes of data it is going to take, right? So let's see how we can solve this issue. What we will do is, we will separate this department column by creating a new table called as departments, like this. Just observe this for a minute and see what we have done. Okay, tell me what we have done. Okay, what we have done is, we have separated the department column from the employee table. Okay, and we have created a new table for the departments, and we have assigned the department ID to each and every department, correct? And these IDs we have used here as a department ID column. Instead of writing the names of the departments, we have written the ID over here. Okay, so now you count. For technical, we were using 45 characters. Now how many characters we are using here? Just 5 characters. Okay, fine. Now I have a question. Tell me to which department Michael belongs. Which department Michael belongs? Technical. How do you know that it is a technical? It's not mentioned here, right? And neither I explained you something about this employee and the department table relation. But still you were able to make it out because you did the mapping over here, right? Everybody did the same thing. You did the mapping over here, correct? Yes. I did not explain it, but still looking at the structure, you were able to understand that we have done some mapping over here. 5 means what? It is HR. 4 means it is technical. So you did the mapping. Similar thing is also done by our database management system, the DBMS. Okay, it is also going to do the same thing. It will also do the mapping and identify which employee is going to belong to which department based on the department ID here. Okay, fine. Now in the department table, tell me which column is the primary key column. In the department table, which is a primary key column? Yes, it is a department ID. Okay, so every table will have a unique identification column, and we call it as what? We call it as a primary key column. Okay, fine. And here we are going to use the department ID in order to map the departments. Okay, then there must be some name for this department ID column in the employee table. Correct? Now if you know employee ID has a name, okay, department ID also has a name in the department table. This mapping column, okay, the mapping column that is appearing in this employee ID, employee table should also have some name. Shall we give a name to this? Are you getting what I'm telling? In the department table, department ID is what? Primary key. In the employee table, employee ID is what? Primary key, because they are uniquely identifying the rows over here. Similarly, this department ID column in the employee table, we are using it for the mapping purposes. Correct? You just now used it for mapping. So definitely there must be some name for this department ID. Correct? Shall we give it a name? Okay. This is called as a foreign key. Okay. What is it called? I'm giving a name to this. Name of this department ID in the employee table, it is called as foreign key. Okay. Fine. Now, you know what is the purpose of foreign key already, right? It is used for the mapping purposes. Now, can you define this foreign key in your own words? Yes, anybody, can you define the foreign key column in your own words? Okay. References another table primary key. Very good. Rupa. Key used to reference primary key in the another table. Very good, Manisha. References primary key of another table. Yes, Angelina. Madhuri, primary key of one table is a foreign key in the other table. Very good, Madhuri. Right. Each one of you are right. Okay. How do we define the foreign key? It is nothing but it's going to be the primary key of any other table. Correct? Okay. Very good. All right. Okay. Now I have another question. Okay. Let's say a new employee gets added to this company. Okay. And the name of our new employee is Madhuri. Okay. So we want to, add her into this employee table. Now, whenever new employee joins, obviously, right, we should add them into our employee table. Correct? Now, I want to add Madhuri to this table. Can I assign her to the department as 6? Can I write here department ID as 6? I will write the last name of Madhuri. First name I will give Madhuri here. Employee ID I will assign it as 10. Okay. Can I give the department ID as 6? Why not? Why should I not give it? It is just merely a number, right? Why not give it as 6? Very good. Because it does not exist. I can not assign Madhuri to any department which is not existing. Okay. So I can make a general rule over here. The rule is what? If there is no primary key value